Not very clear, huh?
Southwest 4062, locating 253 for flight level 29.
Good evening. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Romeo Kilo. My name is Jeff, and I'm calling the Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights Amateur Radio Emergency Services Net. Calling the Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights ARES Net. This net is conducted by Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights ARES Group, but all amateur radio operators within the range of this repeater are invited to participate. ARES membership is not a requirement to join in. This is a directed net that meets every Tuesday evening at 2000 hours on this 147.39 repeater with a tone of 74.4. This net is for the purposes of emergency communications and net control training.
What the heck?
During this net, you have emergency traffic. Please announce rate. Wait for the net control operator to acknowledge your transmission.
So,
The nature of your emergency. The net operator will
right
then
there.
suspend net activities while the traffic is handled as priority. All other stations will stand by to lend assistance as needed. When checking into this net, please give your call sign using the proper phonetic alphabet, being sure to speak slowly and clearly. Reach check-in, key up and announce this is, then release the key to ensure that you are not doubling with someone else. Then give your call sign, name, location, and receive signal report.
I should have made that adjustment before I started recording the net.
If you hear a weak signal station attempting to check in, but it is evident that the net control operator does not hear them, please relay that check-in to the net control operator. You will be asked for your comments for the net after all check-ins have been completed, unless you have requested to be logged into the net. This is a training net, and we may conduct training exercises such as message passing and handing off net control officer duties, the training of net control officers' proper radio procedures, and we will also disseminate training information. And should you be aware of any training opportunities, please do not hesitate to share them in your comments.
Is that right? This is just a rag chew net, right?
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Romeo Kilo. Once again, my name is Jeff, and this is the Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights ARES net. I will now begin taking check-ins. If there are any mobile, portable, or handheld stations that would like to check in, please call now. This is Kilo 0, Charlie Hotel Alpha, Chuck and Vista Conta, and I have you loud and clear. This is
Don, K4EXX.
Kilo Charlie 2, Uniform Zulu, Mike Al, currently portable, North Prince George, loud and clear.
Well, I've been wrong before. Don't be wrong anymore. That was terrible.
This is Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Echo Lima. Lima, Mark in Chester.
I'm no
Got a
Steve
general
Perry.
start going on one more time for asking for any mobile, portable, or handheld stations that would like to check in. Please call now.
This is
A woman.
Kilo Oscar 4, Yankee Lima Lima, Catherine and Colonial Heights.
All right, where are you? There you are. Just in case.
All right. Yeah, like I said, it's looking to be a good night. Corey just checked in with me. He's on the road. He can't speak to Peter yet, so we'll log him in, but he'll probably join us in a little bit. Any general check-ins? Anyone anywhere that would like to check into the Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights ARES net? Please call now.
I'm a general. K4 ARX.
This is number 4, Oscar November, Kurt in Colonial Heights. No traffic and full strength from the estimator. Only 7 miles from the repeater. Back to net control.
I can hear this, but I can't check in. I think that's the one.
All right. We'll go ahead and recognize everyone, and then we'll start at the top of the list. Net recognizes Kilo Zero Charlie Hotel Alpha, Chuck, Santa. Good to hear Al, KC2 UZM from Colonial Heights, and out right now in mobile or portable out in North Prince George. And always great to have you back on the net with us, Al. Mark in Chester, Kilo Oscar 4 Victor Echo Lima. Catherine in Colonial Heights, Kilo Oscar 4 Yankee Lima Lima. Corey will be with us shortly. And then we've got Kurt, November 4, Oscar November in Colonial Heights. So with that, we'll go up to Chuck and see how things are going on out in District 10. KO4, KOK, K0CHA, good evening to you and to the rest of the group on the net this evening. One word, hot. Cannot believe how hot it is here. Grass is growing like crazy. Unfortunately, I threw the belt on my lawnmower and it got shredded, so I have to put a new belt on there sometime here this week so I can get out and cut the grass before it starts boating. So. But with that, I'll say 70 degrees to the group. Looking forward to some cooler weather here later on this week, and hope everybody has a great evening. K0CHA.
That would be nice.
Well, Chuck, hot is the word for sure, and the grass is growing because I don't know what you guys got out this weekend, but here in North Dinwitty, we got 2.5, a little more than 2.5 inches of rain the other night. And the grass went from brittle to really green and growing overnight practically. So, yeah, lots of grass cut as well. So, thanks for the report from District 10. Now we'll go down to Al in Northern Prince George, KC2UZM. How are you doing tonight, Al? KO4CRK, this is KC2UZM. Hey, Jeff, good to hear from you. Greetings to everyone on net. Yeah, I just last week was released from my medical captivity that lasted a couple months. And during that time, my mom passed away, so just I'm back home. It's an empty house, just trying to pick up the pieces and figuring out how to do it. Medical appointments coming up for myself as well. And that's about it. But looking forward to getting back into the hobby and what we got going on. So I want to give appreciation to K4YLK, Catherine, and 84JS who helped me out a lot when I couldn't move. So that's all. Look forward to talking to you and maybe seeing you soon. K4CRK, this is KC2. Use it. That's net.
We extend our condolences from American Radio X-Ray.
Well, Al, we're sure glad you're back and glad you're out of the hospital. But we all send our condolences with the loss of your mom, and we know that's a tough time for you. So, yeah, we'll be seeing you soon, hopefully, and we'll get together. We've got maybe something in the works here I'm going to put out in a little bit. But it's great to have you back, and like I told you on our QSO the other day, good talking to you again. So with that, we'll go to Mark and Chester, Kilo Oscar 4, Victor Echo Lima. Mark, how's it going?
Good evening, Jeff. It's going well. Just enjoying our normal call we get to listen to on Tuesday nights here. I know you missed this, but I just want to say good evening while I continue to listen to this. And just happy to be jumping on the call like normal.
Well, glad out of that busy schedule of yours that you get some time to get on our net for sure. We do appreciate it. I know what that entails over there, so I know you're pretty slammed most of the time. But good to hear from you, Mark, and hope all is well with you and the family. So with that, we'll go to Catherine down in Colonial Heights, or up in Colonial Heights for me, Kilo Oscar 4, Yankee Lima Lima. Go ahead with your comments, Catherine.
KO4 CRK, this is KO4 YLL. It's hot here. We don't have much of a grass because we don't have any grass, but the veggies are all doing nicely, and I had a blast on Saturday.
What'd you do?
Curtis set up a frequency with his simplex repeater, and I got to test it all over Colonial Heights using a rubber duck on a window mount and my handheld, and I just had a whole lot of fun. And I'll let him fill you in more on what
Wife
went on.
says she's too loud.
KO4 YLL, back to net.
Is that better?
Well, Catherine, that sounds like a lot of fun. I would have enjoyed that too. Sounds like you guys had a good time, and that like Christina's working good, so that might benefit
She's
us
excited.
in the future. Before I try to get Corey on the line, I'll go ahead and give him, he's still coming this way. Go to Kurt, November 4, Oscar November. How's things in Colonial Heights?
I don't think she can hear you.
Roger, Jeff. Well, just as hot here. I actually have to get out early in the morning and cut and weed eat. Even though the grass is wet, it doesn't look like it holds a lot of moisture. So I don't bag as much, but it certainly is thick. It looks like a lot of seed on top. So in spite of the rain, we seem to be self-seeding our yard. Just
I apologize for being too loud. That was rude.
Purchased a simplex repeater years and years ago, and I hooked it up. It's a little controller that works on a mobile unit, and it can be set up on a base unit. And I set it up on the house QTA.
I'm going to have to cut her caffeine back
And
just a little bit.
basically, it's a 30-second recorder. You have to be on a certain frequency with a tone if it's set up. And you record a message for 30 seconds, and it plays it right back to you. If you're familiar with the digital technology, I think they call it the pairing. But you're able to go around and get a good check on your radio, what it sounds like, what your voice sounds like, different parts. But it's primarily a local type of repeater, not the long range. But just experimental at this time. Maybe down the road we can use it for a local race or Christmas parade or something like that. But a little bit more experimenting and playing with it. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Net Control.
It wouldn't take a whole lot to make it a high-power simplex repeater.
Well, I tell you, Kurt, that's very interesting, and I'm looking forward to trying it out myself. I think it will definitely benefit all of us here in the Tri-City area to, in case we have a need for it, like you said, for one of the events or something like that, for sure. But and one of the things that I wanted to say was two nights ago, I got on HF and I found the QRP net, and it's called QRP net live stream, and it's from Iowa, and you have to be 10 watts or under. And I went ahead and tried and tested on 9 watts, and the guy came back to me, the net control operator, and dropped my radio. I dropped it down to 5 watts, and I could see, he could still hear me, but they were recording it the whole time. And then 1 watt, and then he asked me about my equipment, and I told him, of course, the 7300. He said, we'll put it on 0 because that is a half watt. Let me catch a beat.
Huh. I did not know
And the
that.
interesting thing was that I hit Iowa with a half a watt. It was a little staticky, a little QRM in there. So we went back up to 9 watts to finish out the call on that net. But if you guys get a chance on HF, look for that QRP net live stream, and they'll tell you when to go to what point of the live stream you can listen to your audio and see how it sounds at each 9 watts, 5 watts, and so on down. But that's was really interesting to hear that, and so I'm looking forward to your simplex repeater. Let me catch a beat. With that, we'll thank Kurt for that, and we'll see if Corey's available. KM4COF, are you out there?
COF, I'm here. I just got in from the VA. Sorry, was kind of racing along. Had stopped by the American Legion. We had a executive committee meeting there, so I'm wedging in a lot of things this evening. But good evening, everybody. Sound like a good day going on tonight, and everybody try to stay cool. It's a little hot outside. I'll go ahead and say back to you, Net Control, King 4COF.
KM4COF, KM4CRK. All right, Corey, thanks for getting on there and letting me know by text so I can keep a place for you on here. And we're glad that you got back from the VA and that you're headed to the house. So good for that. And we'll make one more attempt now. See if anyone anywhere, doesn't matter if you're portable or base station or mobile, call now for the Dinwitty County and ARES net.
Wow, that's really short.
All right, I think that's probably going to do it for tonight. So I got some announcements. The Dinwitty County and the Colonial Heights ARES groups are going to meet early. There is a meeting coming up in August, but we're going to have a get-together here at my QTH in the garage on July 27th at 12 o'clock. Anyone, anywhere that can hear this repeater is invited to join us. Nothing formal. We're just going to get together and chat some of the upcoming events and chat radio a little bit. So everyone is welcome to show up. When we get a little closer to the 27th, I'll send my address out there, but most of y'all know where it is anyway. But we would like everyone to try to make that. And then Catherine will be hosting our normal monthly meeting for August on August 5th at the Colonial Heights Library. Everyone's invited to that as well, and that is held at 7 o'clock in the Colonial Heights Library at the corner of Ellerslie and Consulate. So that's about all the announcements I have for tonight. Let me get the date.
That's nice.
All right, so this is Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Romeo Kilo, the Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights ARES announcement. Other nets that are called in this area are included the Chesterfield ARES Racing net. That's tonight, this evening, Tuesday evening at 2100 hours. That is on the 147.36 repeater. That has no tone. On Wednesday night, you have the Tri-Cities net. The first Wednesday of that of the month is the MCOM net, and the rest of the Wednesday is the social net. That's at 2000 hours on the same repeater, the 147.39. I would like to thank everyone that participated in tonight's net. We had 7 stations, including myself. I think it was a really good night for us. I would also like to thank the Central Virginia Healthcare Coalition and their trustee, Jay, KD4BPZ, for allowing us to use this repeater. With that, the Dinwitty County and Colonial Heights ARES net is now closed, and this repeater will now be returned to regular amateur use. 7-3 to all. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Romeo Kilo.
Funny thing, that sounds like regular amateur use as it is. Okie dokie. What did I say? 360? 147. There it is. 360. Yeah, about 40 minutes. That's fine. Another local ARES slated net for the area. And I believe you said it was down in Dinwitty. And it's often pretty short, I think it's one of the better nets. It's too bad they don't have any more check-ins. Maybe they don't want to run it for an hour like a lot of us guys do here in the big city. But yeah, it's got its uses, I'm sure. And I don't hear a whole lot of traffic on that repeater throughout the day, anyways. I hear more repeater ID than anything else, like a lot of repeaters, and that's what people call paper repeaters. It's on the logs or in the repeater book, but doesn't see a whole lot of use. They're probably more on the lines of HF operators than anything else, which is just fine. But it's just as handy to have a local repeater in the area to use if you really need it. And of course, amateur radio emergency service. They got a VHF repeater to use if they really need it. Backup communication or talk to each other, kind of moral support, conversation, things like that. It's not too it's not too unusual. I guess that's the best word I was looking for, to either not hear or actually hear conversations on a repeater. It may sit dormant for a while. It may be active. It just depends. And I guess you could say at this juncture that if it's not being used, that's the operator's fault. Just get on there and call your buddies once in a while, have a conversation. We do that in a big city, I guess. We're a big city now. All right. Dinwitty Net, ARES Net. Tuesday night, that was at 20 hours. Tuesday, July the 18th, 2024. Thanks for joining us again here at American Radio X-Ray. My name is William, K4ARX, and we'll catch you on the next video. As usual, you know what to do. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Appreciate you joining us again, and we'll catch you next time.